Hey, Dustin Tibbetts here, financial advisor with Jazz Wealth Managers. You know that because the shirt says it all the time, right? If you are buying a house, maybe some good news. We're going to go over it here, but maybe something you want to look at that is turning in your favor ever so slightly. Now, if you're one of our clients and you're going to buy a house, we actually put you through a flow to make sure you're making the right decision before you go getting all excited about the house. Let's take a look. This is Redfin's data. This is not my data. They do this every single month, but they'll do it for the month prior. So this is June's data. And the first thing we're going to look at is the percentage of homes that are selling above asking price. Remember that? Like during COVID, it was like, oh my God, everybody's got to pay like 10 times over asking price. Well, they track that actually on Redfin. So if we look through COVID, you had over 50% of houses were selling over asking price. Could have been $1, could have been $1,000. We all know it was a lot more than that. Well, anyways, right now we have that trending below 30%. And really this is regional. So if you're looking in different areas, yeah, it's still a little bit hot. Florida being one of those examples in certain areas in Florida. Now, the average we put here is the red line, so you could see it is normal to have a grouping of homes sell over asking price. That's fine. It may not be you may not want to chase, but people do that. And so the average is 22.5%. Okay, cool. Well, we're still above average, but we're trending in the right direction. Gets a little bit better. The number of homes who have listed for some price and then just decided we have to drop the price, right? You probably see it if you follow on Redfin and Zillow and all these other sites. So in the blue, in the background here, the percentage of homes with price drops on their listing, meaning it's not under contract or anything, well, now we're getting closer to 20%. It's a little bit different. Look, that is not normal, right? So that's more favorable for if you're trying to buy a house. You're hitting almost 10-year highs in terms of price drops of active listings. The other part that I thought was pretty cool, if we put in the background the number of consecutive months where we've seen an increase in the number of the number of houses dropping their prices. I know that sounds a little crazy, but what we have now is we're going on our 12th month in a row where there have been an increase in the number of houses that have dropped their price. So that's pretty good news. I mean, I'm not saying, like, again, it doesn't have to be like they dropped it $10,000 if you're looking at a $100,000 house, right? But you're seeing a discount there at least a little bit. Continuing on here, the average sales price relative to where they started, and this is kind of the price drop thing, but we're talking about now, okay, you dropped your price and you got an offer. Was the offer right there? Did somebody outbid you and say, no, you dropped the price too much, or did they bid lower for the house? Well, we've got to put a line here to show you this is like, that's the list price, right? So that's our 0 point. And so the average number of houses that are actually selling below the listing price, hey, we're trending in the right direction, right? Well, if you're a house buyer, right? If you're a house seller, maybe don't ask too much. You see what we got. Okay, and then the other thing I thought was really cool if you're looking to buy a house is the number of houses that are falling out of contract. They changed their mind. The deal fell through. Doesn't mean it was a financial thing. It could be that there was an inspection report that came back and maybe they didn't want to have to fix that stuff. So in red, what we have is June, because this is Redfin's data is for the month of June, not July. So then you go back to the prior June. So we're just trying to highlight that. Well, this is now the fourth month in a row, year over year, where we've seen an increase in homes that are falling out of contract. And I have a feeling that probably is people that listed their house, went out shopping for another house, and then they've had to lower the price of their house, which maybe changed the amount that they can afford on the next house. You know what I mean? Not to mention higher interest rates and the fact that payment was going to be higher. So I think there's a tightness there. And if you're a realtor or maybe a mortgage servicer, anybody in really the mortgage industry, let me know. Am I off on that one? Because I'm not in the industry, but I have a feeling that's what's going on. Like I said, we're financial advisors here, so the data is really important to us. Feel free to schedule a call on our website if you would like to chat with us. For our clients, when they go to buy a house, we go, hey, we need to go through each thing and make sure you can do this. Are you biting off more than you can chew? And specifically, how do we navigate the home buying process in addition to investing for retirement and all kinds of other good stuff out there. So feel free to check us out, jazzwealth.com, and we'll see you later. 5 o'clock, right? We do our shows Monday through Thursday, talk about the stock market. We're like the only advisor that can talk about the stock market, and we do it every day. Adios.